Today on the channel, we continue with Jack's Class Superstars Series 13 with the oddities of the group, as we've got Al Snow, Droz, and Luna Vachon.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Jack's Classic Superstars unboxing and review. And today on the channel, from Classic Superstars Series 13, we've got Al Snow, we've got Luna Vachon, and we've got Droz. But remember, for all your modern day wrestling figure needs, to hit up Ringside Collectibles, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. And today we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews, kind of. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it. We're not going to unbox it, as I already have these three loose in my collection, but we're going to talk about those when we do get them out of the package there. So without further ado, as usual, ladies first. So Luna Vachon, you're up first. You drew the lucky straw. And Luna Vachon, one of the most wanted female Mattel figures, I would say, and a lot of people were hoping to get this one, but it sounds like the whole Vachon family, all the way back to the old country, has signed with Powertown Wrestling. So Powertown sounds like they'll put out a Luna Vachon here eventually, so more to come on that, I would say. She is packaged with a blue chair. Oh, gotta love a good blue chair. On the side, Luna Vachon. On the side, there's that beautiful face of Luna. She always looked pretty good, but she always, you know, shaved aside, drew things in there, always made herself look like an absolute maniac. But that's what it takes sometimes. We all know that. Big cross-sell there. One of the biggest lines in the Class Superstars history. UPCs, warnings, tail of the tape, blurb, glamour shot. It's all there. It's all there, every bit of it. Let's see what it says about Luna Vachon here. Debuted in 1986, 140 pounds, weight 140 pounds, height 5'6", finishing move the Luna Eclipse and the Luna Bomb. Title, World Ladies Hardcore Champion. What organization was that under? That doesn't ring a bell to me, but apparently World Ladies Hardcore Champion Luna Vachon. So we're going to put her off to the side here, and of course, we do got the blue steel chair. Nothing really to say about this. We've seen him a million times in this video series. We'll see him a million times again, but we do got Luna Vachon here. A really good figure. Now, this Luna Vachon, along with Ernie Ladd, was in every other case. That's kind of how it went. You know, I guess they viewed these as maybe to be the slower sellers, so that was a way to kind of cut down production on these and try to even things out a little bit. But I remember looking for these guys a lot, and you couldn't always find these guys out there every once in a while. And there was cases, I think, a Walmart case of 8 that was missing a few of them. I think Luna and Ernie were missing from those. Then you'd get like Toys R Us with a bigger case. It was weird distribution time. As we always say, distribution problems. People say it today like it's a new thing. No, it's been going on a long time, trust me. Way back to the 80s and probably before then even. But Luna, a very good one. And this one, for years, I've displayed with my Bam Bam Bigelow Mattel Elite, because it does fit in, looks good with it, does go along with it. She does kind of have a soft, good, a little pleather type deal. Her kind of big collar going on. It is kind of rubber band with a nice thing around her hair. Looks really good. Gives a little extra oomph to the figure, I'd say. Looking at this head sculpt all day long, you know this is Luna Vachon. You turn it to the side, you see that spider webbing of veins and stuff. You know that's Luna Vachon. The mean mug and grill, just an absolute perfect figure right here. She does have like a crazy black top that goes all the way down throughout, kind of like a fishnet type look going on. But it is, of course, on the typical female Jack's body. We really only had one body mold. That's all we got. And it's what we got here once again. But dressed in black, ready to attack, just like Luna Vachon would. Very long blonde hair in the back. Goes all the way down there. Looks good. She does have an open hand and a gripping hand. Of course, her articulation is going to be just like these two. The head side to side, the arms all the way around. The arms are limited a little bit. Actually, not really, and they're not really limited by the collar. You do get the elbow joint, just single jointed, of course. You do get the wrist side to side, back and forth. You do get waist articulation. You get the legs about that much, back about that much, just back and forth. No splits action here. Single jointed knees, and then, of course, ankles up and down, and that's about it. But a good Luna Vachon, of course, very striking red lipstick against the all-black attire. Just a very good looking figure. All in all, and it's just a crime we haven't got more Luna Vachon figures over the years. Of course, she did have a bone cruncher back in the day. I'm not a big fan of that bone cruncher. A lot of people think that's one of the best bone crunchers. For whatever reason, it doesn't really do a lot for me. I don't know, but a lot of people do like that one. So there's been a couple from the Jack's days, but nothing really since. So that's just the tale of Luna Vachon, I guess we'll say. Now we turn our attention to the peculiar tale of one Al Snow. Yes, Al Snow is up next. ECW is where his career set on fire, and Luna wants to fall down on me. She's just sitting down. His career went back on fire when he got hit, and I don't know about back on fire, but it went on fire. I was a big ECW fan at the time, and it was weird how I knew Al Snow. Didn't really think a lot of Al Snow. Nothing against the guy. It just wasn't in my top favorites. But then he goes to ECW, gets the head gimmick, just caught up in the madness of it all. And I guess the Prodigy song, I think Prodigy sang his theme music. It was just a moment in time for sure. Throwing those heads from the audience into the ring, just a special time. Then, of course, he saw the dollar signs, went over to the WWE, got deflated down, and then we get the Job Squad rendition of Al Snow here instead of ECW title contender Al Snow. But at the end of the day, Al Snow had a really good career, runs Ohio Valley Wrestling currently, still see him around. I think he was in the audience for Ric Flair's last match, if I remember correctly. But this was a cool one, but once again, like a lot of the ones in the Classic Superstars line, did not feel classic at the time. However, all these years later, hey, it fits right in there, and that's where Al Snow sits currently, besides at this table. But there's Al Snow. He does have his mannequin head going on. I always liked the decapitated looking head with the long hair in the Bone Cruncher days. We know that story, how that was recalled off the shelves. All that's horror story right there with that. So they didn't want to repeat that, so we got the styrofoam here, which is okay, I guess. You got Al Snow there. When I think technically this Al Snow had the real head, where ECW had more of the styrofoam stuff, if I remember right. But there's Al Snow on the side. And on the back, we got the cross-sell, tell the tape, the blurb, the glamour shot, the UPCs, the warnings, and a lot of fun as well. Al Snow debuted 1982, 238 pounds, 6'2", finishing move, the snowplow, which I always love the snowplow, and a moonsault, and Al had a good moonsault as well. Titles, WWE Tag Team Champion, 6-time WWE Hardcore Champion. That's probably what he's most known for in the WWE, and then he was a European Champion as well. And then through the magic of YouTube, we're going to put him off to the side, and we're going to grab Al Snow right here. A little sticky disease, that's like I said, Series 13, for whatever reason, a lot of Jack's Classic Superstars, Jack's in general, sticky disease going on here. Got some stickiness to the hair here, but all day long, you know this is Al Snow by the backwards help me on his head. Take that off, I still think you're going to know this is Al Snow if you're familiar with Al Snow, as I thought the head sculpt here is absolutely tremendous. A lot of these Jack's head sculpts are better than the Mattel of this day and age, better than the AEW this day and age. A lot of people say that's not the case, but I take that between Ruthless Aggression, Adrenaline, Ring Rage, Classic Superstars, you name it, a lot of good head sculpts throughout the years, and I don't think they get the praise they do deserve. But Al looks really good with his long hair and stuff. Even two-tone color, which is quite the job there. Speaking of jobs, he does have his Job Squad shirt on. 1, 2, 3 for life, of course. Too Cold Scorpio was in that with him. There's a few other guys. Blue Meanie, of course, in the Job Squad. Job Squad on the shorts here. 0, 0, 1, 2, 3 on the back with a person kind of down. Black knee pads, white boots, black shoelaces. Nice taped fist on Al Snow. I can't remember if he taped his fist that heavy. It doesn't seem like he did, but who knows. On the back of the shirt, it says, "Been there, took that," saying he's took every finisher under the sun. Just a fabulous Al Snow figure, though, and I would say the defining Al Snow figure. They've had a lot in the Bone Cruncher days, of course, but if you gun to my head and I had to do a top 5 Al Snow, gotta think this is number 1. If there is even 5 figures, there's a couple variants and repaints over in the Bone Cruncher line. I don't think he had a Titantron, if I remember correctly. Definitely not an R3. So there might not even be 5 Al Snow figures. But if there was, I'm going him at number 1. That's what I'm going to do right here. But a very, very good Al Snow. I really do like that one. Now we turn our attention to the last one here. Very peculiar. This is the oddities portion of the Jack's Class Superstars unboxings and reviews. But we're going over to Darren Drozdoff. I don't think you could say he had a Hall of Fame career. Of course, former NFL player. Just like Al Snow, but even more so. Felt very strange being in the Classic Superstars line at the time. However, we know tragically his career was ended in the ring. A mistake with D'Lo Brown. One of the most unfortunate accidents in modern wrestling history, I would have to say. Obviously, Owen Hart right there at the top, but Draw's got to be right up there as well. Being paralyzed for life. Just a total unfortunate situation all across the board. So Draw's getting one, felt a little head scratcher, but like everything, time, it keeps going, and everything is classic eventually. It's classic to somebody out there. So Drozdoff getting in here. I would have liked him in his LOD gear. Maybe I'm biased, I don't know. But there he is. His solo run, of course, he was in ECW for a little bit as well, and basically the same gear. So you could stick him on an ECW shelf if you wanted to. Very cool speed limit sign. I don't know why that's in here. Story told that he was driving from a show one night and saw it and actually broke that off with his bare hands and took it and threw it in the back seat. I think Al Snow was in the car too. Somebody can fact check that, but I think that is the check there. But Al Snow, or Droz, looking good in the package here. Droz on the side, of course, his name Darren Drozdoff. Very cool. I've said it before on the channel. I am not a big fan of sculpts with the tongue out, but much like Hawk it works well for, Droz it works well for as well. So I'm okay with Droz getting it. On the back, you got Droz, you got the cross sell, you got the glamour shot, blurb, tail of the tape, UPCs, warnings, all that fun stuff. And let's read what it says about old Droz here. Debuted 1998, 270 pounds, height 6'3". Finishing move, the Droz Bomb. I wonder if Ernie Ladd taught him the Droz Bomb. If you've been following along on the Jack's Class Superstars videos, you got that inside joke. You got that inside joke. Hopefully you are. If not, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. And now we got Droz out of the package here. Very interesting one, kind of in his long John Cena jorts, repainted here, but a nice plaid to it. Different than just plain black or whatever color they could have used, so I do like the differences there. Man, they gave him a million tattoos, but they're very run-of-the-mill, very 90s tattoo. I mean, he looks like he's going to be at a concert, like a Korn concert or something in the 90s. Nothing against the Korn fans, but he does kind of have just generic slapped-on tattoos that you probably regret later on down your life. That's just my guess. I don't know. Maybe not. Hopefully not. But there are kind of a green color throughout, which looks a little different. Long-haired head going on. Like I said, the tongue sticking out. And then they got a dot on the tongue because his tongue was pierced. That's attention to detail, folks. You got to call that out when you see it. Does have a black belt sculpted in, and then he does have the John Cena shoes, sneakers down here, which I don't like. Much like Mattel all these years later, these don't hold the figure up, kind of wear out after a while. It gets a little unfortunate. But a very, very good Droz. It could be a little better, but it does look really good, especially for the moment in time. And I don't know if we'd ever get another Droz figure. I definitely wouldn't be against it. Give me the LOD version of Droz. He had a little face paint, and guess what? Kyle was off the races. He's got face paint on. I'm sold. I'll do it. And that's what Droz did way back in the day with the LOD, as he kind of replaced Hawk for a little bit, if we remember that unfortunate storyline. But an interesting one. And like I said, kind of the oddities of Classic Superstars Series 13. That's why I put them together into one video. What do you guys think of these three? Did you have some of them, all of them, none of them? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far, you might as well like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. As you guys know, we got Jack's Class Superstar videos every single Tuesday. You don't want to miss out. And one way you won't miss out is a member of the Patreon. Is you can be months ahead on these videos if you're a Patreon member. Of course, we got bonus content, exclusive content, and monthly giveaways over there on the Patreon, and I'd love to have you involved. So check out the Patreon, link in the description below. You can also follow on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for Droz, Al Snow, and Head, and Luna Vachon, I am Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.